Hello, my name's Max Balegde.
And I am George Clarke, and welcome to the Useless Hotline. TikTok wasn't working out for us, so we decided to set up our own little business. Back to you in the studio.
You okay?
Yeah, I think I'm alright. Oh, something was happening.
I've forgotten the intro. How have I just done that?
The Useless Hotline is a place.
Oh my god, I've never done this before. I'm really nervous.
Gee.
The Useless Hotline is a place where we help you with your queries, no matter how weird, disgusting, or embarrassing they are.
But it won't always just be us. This week it is, so if you're hoping for someone else, click off now. How have you been, Maxine?
I've been
good. You look like you're pondering something.
I am. Oh, before we start the episode, shall we just do a quick little ad?
Let's end the episode.
What? What did you say?
Thanks for watching, you guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring our bells. We haven't had a lot of action recently, so we'd appreciate it. No, actually, let's do a little ad.
Let's do a little ad for our clothing line.
Okay.
Run that track right now, Callum. Welcome to Useless Clothing's Summer Retro Drop, baby. Our first item that we've released this summer got a back print on it.
Right all over the back.
And on the front, it's got a cute little telephone.
A literal front print as well.
They come in 4 different colours. It's kind of like a teal, a burgundy, an off-white, and then like a navy blue. We also have a tote bag in this style that has the same print on it. Balegde, George Clarke. That's a real number. It's not, don't ring it.
We're just continuing the summary of the summer drop. Blue screen of death now.
Ooh. Come and get a close-up because this is embroidered. That's a is that a nipple? I just really like it. I think it's cute. We call this little character Bluey, and we didn't just release it. We actually released it on a hat as well. Yeah. Look at that bucket hat.
Look at this.
And they come in the colours blue, teal, aloe, and off-white again. And this is our final style. Come and take an up-close and personal look at this cool, artistic.
Who did that? Cool.
Little telephone. Cool. I think that this one's a little bit more edgy. It's like artistic little telephone, and it comes in the colours
Off-white / natural raw. This little reddy browny burgundy sort of number. Blue, and whatever the hell that whale's in.
Teal.
Wow, look at that. It won't look this good on you, but
wow, looks really good on George. Buy them now. All of our clothes in this drop are vegan, cruelty-free, and made from recycled materials.
And get this, there's inclusive unisex sizing.
As well as that, if you want to see what it looks like on different sizes, on the website we had a female model and she wore a size small for the entire shoot, so take a look at our website, darling. Get the drop now while stocks last. And we're back, guys. It is available now at theuselesshotline.com. We are both wearing the clothes, aren't we, George, today?
Main camera, follow me. Speak him through it, Max.
So George is currently wearing our, I want to say the colour is blue, t-shirt. It has a blue screen of death embroidered on it, which if you don't know what that means, don't worry, neither did I. Basically, it's a computer and it looks like it's dead. It's very high quality. It's a full embroidered badge, which is not cheap to do, guys. Premium indeed. And he is wearing it beautifully. This is just one item in our collection.
Get on your feet, Max.
It's now time for the second.
This is a... This is a lovely model that we've got here. It's old, it's a little bit dinged up, but it's in good condition. He's currently sporting the burgundy, sort of reddy brown colour, phone-in handprint tee. It may not look great now, but I'm sure it does look good on most people. Personal favourite of mine, can go with any sort of tones. I like it with a beige tone, as modelled there with the skin tone. But can pop some jeans on and stuff, and it works absolutely fine. Some quality pieces that we've got here, but enough about what's in our trousers. Max, should we carry on with the episode?
We shall. What have you been up to, George?
What have I been up to? What haven't I been doing? The answer
Didn't you do
is
some
women.
sort of football thing? Race car thing?
Football race car?
Some boy thing you did.
I've been playing a lot of Rocket League recently. No, I've football race car? What the hell are you even on about right now?
On a race car track or something?
No, that was
that ages
another
ago?
straight white man that you were aware of.
Right. Him?
Me.
I swear that you went to like something with Arthur TV to like watch a car race.
No,
I'm
that
trying.
was the Silverstone Great British Grand Prix, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't go. No, I didn't go.
Oh.
But
Boo,
Arthur
sounds
did.
shit then.
Arthur did. So if you want to listen to that, make sure to head on over to the Bachelor podcast. But what did I do? I've been filming lots and lots of videos. I haven't actually posted them on my second account's coming back. You guys, I swear. I've played some different games.
What games?
Oh well, that would be telling.
Oh, okay.
Which is what I will do.
Secret games.
Farming and Surgeon Simulator. They're two different games, not just not a sort of jack of all trades simulator. I'm currently working on a YouTube video, but enough about that bollocks. How have you been? What have you been up to? You've got your face / inside your face done a bit. haven't
Yeah,
you?
I just went to the dentist. Over the weekend, I went to Soho House Festival.
Hell yeah.
Which, if you don't know what Soho House is, don't worry. I didn't at one point in my life until I became
So
rich
just get your bread
and
up, bitches,
famous.
and then maybe you will understand.
No, it's like this, how would you describe it? Like
Don't try and describe it to them. They're not going to have a fucking clue.
It's like a members
Basically-
only sort of restaurant.
Imagine you went into your bank account
Sort of thing.
and there was way
Members club.
more money
Yeah.
in there, and you could expend that on lots of different things. One of which being this members club.
Yeah, so they do a festival, and basically it's really fancy. Like when you get in, everything is free, everything is paid for. So you can have unlimited
Do you
drinks.
have to pay for a ticket?
Yeah, you have to pay for a ticket, but I didn't. So
Oh, look at this guy, everyone!
we were really lucky. We were really lucky. So once we got in, everything was free, and like I love a freebie like so much. So I was queuing up for every stall, getting every product that I could.
Nice.
And the main bit of food is like this barbecue bit, and you queue up for ages, and it's literally like mounds of like shrimp, lobster, steak, pork. Every meat, it's literally Henry VIII's like
Yummy,
dream.
yummy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And you can get as much as you want with like side salad, different sauces. What's it called? Condiments?
Yeah.
Condiments?
Condiments.
Am I saying that wrong?
Yeah, condiments.
Condiments.
Yeah.
How was I saying
Condiments.
it? Yeah.
Condiments.
I don't know why I put a bit of a beat
Condiments
on
are
it.
a different thing.
Yes. And I sat down. I'd ordered I'd got my lobster. Sat down. I'm
Hell yeah.
thinking, whoa, I am well fancy right here.
Can't wait to chow down. Can I interject quickly?
Oh, go on.
Just for if this is going out as a clip, cut this out. It's completely useless.
Ah.
But for anyone interested, do you know why lobster is associated with a high society?
Why?
Not because it's difficult to get, or because it's particularly tasty. Because if you notice, when people have lobster, they tend to just. You're right, darling.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to have some water out that, but then I just
wouldn't.
realised there's literal mould. Carry on.
So yeah, it's not because if you notice, a lot of people when they have lobster, like if you see these like little Americans, they're dipping it in like loads of butter,
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
you sort of drench it in something that tastes good because it's not got a lot of actual taste with it itself.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason it was associated with a high society is because it doesn't keep well. So if you were going to have it inland, it's hard to do, so it costs more to get it from there straight inland and eat it pretty much straight away.
it's
So
people who
people were
can
like,
afford to
yeah,
go
so
to
it
the
was more of
beach.
like a sort of flashy back then it was like a flashy like, look at me, I can afford lobster. But now it's fairly easy to just get something inland,
Yeah.
and it's easier to store things, but prices stayed up because it was just associated with being.
Wow. Do you know why? Have you ever had like Hershey's chocolate or like chocolate from America?
Taste like sick.
Yeah. Oh, you already know the story. Boo.
Something acid.
It's
I don't know the story. Tell me.
It's the same acid. So basically, in America, because it's so much bigger than the UK, it's harder to keep dairy from going off if you're going to transport it from a dairy farm to like the city or something.
Move it, if you will.
To move it. And so they put this acid in it that keeps it, but that is the same acid that is in vomit and that you taste in your mouth after you vomited. So the idea is that Americans have been brought up having this chocolate and don't know the difference, whereas when you are a British person and you taste American chocolate for the first time, you taste vomit, and it's really weird. But all Americans are desensitized to it.
Chocolate in Australia is the same. they put loads of preservatives in it because otherwise it will melt.
Yeah.
So when Australians come here and they have chocolate, they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing."
It really turns their world upside down.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, I knew he wouldn't get that.
Is it because they're at the bottom of the world?
Yeah.
Whoa, bottom, top, who gives a shit? The gravity makes us all the same.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my statement on pride.
But
Carry on.
anyway, I was eating lobster. I bit into some lobster.
Nice, good
and I was
stuff.
like, oh, I must have got a bit of shell in my mouth. Chew through it, swallow it. And then I bite into some pork and I'm going, something really just does not feel right in my mouth. Oh, it's because half of my tooth came off. Half of my literal
Why is
tooth
that? That's really made my... Ugh, I don't like...
came off in the lobster and the pork, and I swallowed it. Luckily, I've got fake teeth, so it's half of my fake tooth.
Yeah.
So, still not the best, and had to then leave the festival to get phone signal to book an emergency dentist appointment to get it glued back on, even though I'd swallowed it. Bit difficult.
You had to feed through all of your...
Yes. Someone had to put
You
their
just put
hand
it
up
in
my
a tray,
arse.
and then they just sort of fed through it. Is that
Pretty
teeth?
much.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's a bit of lobster.
So that was not
Lobster boy.
great. And then, yeah, I've just come from the dentist right here, and the anaesthetic's kind of wearing off, and it's a bit
That's all right. That's
sensitive.
good fun, though. I had
fun.
my tooth filled in, the chip there.
Oh. Have you finished your Invisalign?
Yeah, I finished my Invisalign journey.
Really?
# Smell Squad.
So what have you had done to your teeth then? Have they
What is it?
like
As in you
cleaned them?
can't, as in you can't
They look
notice?
very clean.
No, after it, I was given like whitening gel.
I was
so
going
I
to
put
say
it
they
in
look whitening.
yeah.
Whitened.
They look whitening.
Thank
and
God. I
then-
didn't want to say anything, but you really needed it.
And then I...
That was so funny. And
it was valid, completely valid criticism. Teeth needed a lot to change. But yeah,
I think
filled
you had
in, so
fine
now I've
teeth.
got like
whoa.
a full tooth.
Oh, so
which is
composite
nice.
bonding and like the...
Yeah, just like composite bond in there, and then there was
to
like
be
a
fair,
little...
I never even noticed that it was chipped,
Yeah, there
but
was
I
a-
guess
well, I
now
fell
I'm
off
thinking
when I
about
fell
it.
off the bike.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it was from the bike.
Oh.
Big time.
Wow.
So yeah, then he just like got rid of like a yellow splotch,
So-
which he was when they which shut up he was like oh yeah, get rid of the I'm used to calling it mottling, like the different sort of speckles on your teeth, but then he was like, yeah, it's basically just like a birthmark. I was like, oh,
What?
name's George, but okay. No, but he was like, it's basically a birthmark.
What
that-
is?
like the different like blotches. If people have like little blotches on their teeth, it's not because like, oh, you've forgotten to brush that quartile of tooth. It's
What do you
literally
mean by blotches, though?
like bright yellow or like white spots that are just like not the same color as the rest of the teeth.
Really?
Apparently, it's literally just like birthmark.
Wow.
Which apparently I was
Birthmark
told
for
back in
dirty, unkept children.
exactly. I was told from back in there was because when I originally exited my mother via birth, I
That
had
sounds weird saying it like that.
well,
Yeah,
it's
it
better
does.
than when I originally entered my mother.
Well, yeah.
Have you
of
ever
course it
entered your
is.
mother?
That's not a story for the podcast, Callum. When I was birthed, apparently I had my umbilical cord wrapped around my neck, so
Hot,
the
that's
body,
so hot.
the body, bondage daddy from day one, and yeah, apparently, like your body just like focuses shit on everything else, to like keep everything ready, or like functioning, and it's like, oh well, I don't really need fully brightening lightning teeth, so I'll just take all of the whatever process that is away from that.
Ah.
At least that's what I was told. Maybe
The
they just
human
to
body.
help my self-esteem out. But
Maybe.
they did say that was the most impressive naval battle since the Spanish Armada was around, which you won't get, but it was good fun.
I really don't get that.
Naval battle. The navel is where the umbilical cord sort of
Is it?
comes. Yeah.
I've not had a baby, and I never was one, so I wouldn't know.
Oh.
I came
Okay.
out,
Anyway, where were we? We were saying something. What was happening?
I was
talking about
my
teeth.
tooth. My tooth fell out, and then we went on to speak about your teeth.
Talk about my belly button.
And that's about
Innie
as
or
far
outie
as
man?
we
Are you an
got.
innie man?
I'm an innie.
If you're an outie at the age of like, if you've got an outie past the age of I'm going like 13, then something a bit cringe going on
Do
there.
you have to
It
pop it in?
changes.
I think you grow
I've
into
never
it, right?
seen an adult with an outie.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure you once at some point when you it just sinks in and it goes. Come on, guys, that was a bit
You
cringe.
give me outie, Did you used to have an outie?
He said that before. Oh, George, you're giving me outie again. You're giving me outie.
Did you used to have an outie?
I didn't know. Although I did have a very bulbous stomach as a kid. I feel like I took a while to lose my baby fat.
Oh, what, like bloat or like fat?
I was just like
round.
I looked like pregnant. You know, the sort of
bloat.
but it wasn't. But yeah, I don't know. It wasn't because I was bloated. I was
just your
I was built like a sort of Teletubby. But
oh, interesting.
Yeah, good
I've just
stuff.
always been incredibly skinny. It's a shock that I even get noticed nowadays because sometimes when I turn this way, people can't see me.
Max transferred to an outie when he turned 17.
18.
He was an outie. His whole life he was an innie.
Yeah. I went home for the weekend.
And now he's an innie and outie. Just ask Andrew.
I went home for the weekend. I went home for the weekend. Sometimes
Homo!
What is going on?
So stupid. Sometimes I feel like it's important to, like, I don't know, touch your family. And like touch. What's it called?
Why did you have to say it like
Not
that?
touch your family. What's it called? Like touch base with your family.
Oh yeah,
That sort of vibe.
Bed your family.
Yeah. What's that mean? I don't know.
No. Why did you say yes to that?
I don't know what this means.
No, yeah. Touch
base.
Touch bed with your family.
With my family's cock. What?
What?
No, just like go say hi to my fam.
Yeah.
It was nice. It's wild seeing my little sister she's got like a boyfriend, her first boyfriend.
Runs in the family.
And she's like deep in a period.
She's deep in a period.
I hate this.
There we go. At least that's the title sorted for the episode. Max Balegde's sister's period.
Oh my god. No, it's not. I don't
Click
want that.
right through the roof.
I don't want that. But she's like in a fake tan stage, which I'm so ready for her to grow out of, because the morning after I got there, she came to my bedroom and she was like looking at herself in the mirror and she was like, "Oh, I'm so pale." And I was like, "I'm going to take a picture of your face and then let the color corrector thingy select what color your face is and draw a square of that, and then we'll decide if you are human being color at this point."
There's a real contrast there then.
Oh my god, honestly, you have no idea.
Maybe she didn't realise you were in there. You just sort of blended in with your bed sheets and she was just speaking to herself.
I mean, even when I have like fake tan on, I don't look like I've got fake tan on.
The only way I can tell is because of your hands.
Yeah, it collects in the knuckle. That's about as far as we get. But no, it was nice going home. I got to see my grandma, I tried to surprise my grandma.
Not like a boo, like a nice,
hi, I'm here. And she wasn't in, and that was a bit upsetting.
She was an outie.
She's an outie, yeah. And then I went to go see my granddad, who was watching the England match, and he had 6 England flags up in his living room.
Were they just there anyway?
No.
Reform!
Oh my god, it's been the general election.
It has, yeah.
That's crazy.
Jenny Lex.
Did you vote?
Yes.
You don't give me vote vibes.
Well, I didn't.
I don't believe
it.
you.
No,
I don't believe you.
I shall keep my political views offline.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to give your political views offline, but
just don't look at what the flag says outside my house.
See, wild times. Wild times here in the UK. What I find fascinating is that so many people of our generation voted Green Party, which actually kind of gives me hope for a brighter future. Do you know what I mean?
Is this part of your manifesto you're about to...
No, I'm just saying. Like, when I was younger,
Green Party, hope for a brighter future.
When I was younger, I always saw the Green Party as like this like hippy dippy, like, who's ever going to vote for
Gotta love a
them?
hippy dippy on a girl.
And then the fact that they're kind of being seen as like a more legitimate party, number one, shows how wild politics is on the other side of life. And number two, just is quite lovely that like we're at a point where maybe that's a reality at some point in the near future. Do you know what I mean?
Agree.
A green.
Thanks to the sponsors of this episode, the Green Party.
Well, can I say a funny thing that happened to me on voting day?
Please do.
I went to the polling station.
Nice.
I posted a TikTok of me doing the Charlie XCX Apple dance
I've
outside
seen
of the
what you're-
polling thing.
Yeah.
I was wearing a blue t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I decided to put blue text on screen because it just
saw
matched.
this is funny.
Just because it matched my t-shirt. Not thinking, of course, everyone is going to think
Oh my
that
God,
I just
this-
voted Conservative and that I'm
This
bragging
goes
about
so well
it.
with my t-shirt. What the hell?
I was there like, yeah, vote guys, woo, blue. And then the first comment is like, I just would not expect for you to vote Conservative. Next one is like, wow, Max, like, do you realise that they're against your rights? Next one, like, wow, being from a town like Darwin, do you not see what the Conservative Party have done to your town? And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? So I put up a story and
So he
then
just
I
changed his vote.
I just changed. I went back in and I was like, please, can I just have that back? No, I deleted it, panicked. I got so many messages. It was up for 10 minutes. I got easily over 100 messages of people just being like unfollowing, like everything. And I was like, oh my God, I just like the color blue. I wear blue all the time. But yeah, humorous times. Great times.
You touched on it briefly with your
your winky.
with your only briefly, but then we something about hoping for a good fit. I don't know. With the England got through to the semi-finals.
I need you
Euros.
to start that again.
Something
I have
about
no idea what
finishing.
just
I don't know.
happened.
Was the
Oh, so England.
good? Talking of some clean finishes after a little bit of pressure. England did penalties. Have you been watching the Euros?
So I was in a restaurant with my mum and my grandma whilst the match was on. Of
Hell
course,
yeah.
I didn't even know that the Euros were a thing or that they're on,
Of course.
which is great. I knew that they exist, didn't know that they were happening right now.
That's,
so
I find that's crazy to not know that they're happening because
Yeah.
it's sort of everybody, sort of, even if people don't even watch football,
yeah,
they're like,
I think
"Hey, up the England ish."
like I didn't. This was the first match that I've been made aware of.
Yeah.
Throughout the competition.
Where
thus
someone came
far.
up to you and went, Max Balegde, just so you know, the England game is on.
Yeah, basically. No, I was when I went to go see my granddad and the whole living room was England
And the
flags.
whole?
At first, I thought.
Grandad and the whole.
But at first I was like, well, it is election time. Has he
Yeah.
shifted over to being really right wing since I last saw him?
Yeah.
But
Wrong
then
type of right wing, though.
what type?
I said wrong type of right wing was the direction you were going. If we're talking Bukayo Saka, everyone in the comments is going to love that one.
Big up Bakaya.
My favorite player. Big up Bukayo. Bukayo.
Is that not a player?
Bukayo
It is.
Bakayo
Saka.
Saka. Do you have to say the Saka?
People normally say Saka, not.
Oh, okay.
It's first.
Bakayo. Okay. Big up Bakayo. Love you.
Hell yeah.
Love your football skills. So I was in a restaurant with my
Yeah.
mum and my grandma.
Nice.
And occasionally there would be like a whoa, and we were like, "Fuck, what's happening?" Turns out the football game was on.
A big Max Balegde fan had walked in.
Yes, yes. Oh my God, right? There's something so humbling and crippling. Where I'm from, I speak about it quite often in terms of like this podcast.
Yeah.
But people who might not know me from this podcast, when I go home, are so baffled and confused. I'm talking, we're in a restaurant, and I'd say several times throughout the one evening that I went out with my family, people would come over. The waitresses were like getting pictures with me in front of the whole restaurant. I had to leave the restaurant because it was this girl's 21st birthday party, and her mum came to our table and was like, "I'm really sorry, I know that our food had just arrived.
Yeah.
Please, you're going to have to come out. She's losing her mind out there." And I was like, this is lovely, but also this is actually really weird and a massive I'm literally at a meal with my family. I don't get to see them a lot. Such a difficult thing to navigate. And I was like, why is this happening so much now? And every single one of them thought that I was from London and that I live in London, which blows my mind because I also think I'm very northern.
Yeah, you don't sound Londonish.
At all. But I guess people just see me in London all the time and just to think, why? And it must be mind-boggling to be like, you're in this really small town that no one would ever visit.
Yeah.
Why are you here? So
I sometimes get that. But to be fair though, when I go home to my unnamed village,
Windsor
town,
Castle.
yeah,
the
guards often say, "Hang on, I didn't realise you were part of the
The estate.
The Royals.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
What we're talking about?
are you gonna watch? The semi-finals tomorrow?
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. When is it? What time?
What time is it?
But isn't this like, right, England fans, can we have a chat? Because isn't this... Oh, see, I'm so divided on it.
Tomorrow at 8.
I'm so divided on it because every year when something this comes around, isn't it every like 2 years that something like this happens? There's World Cup and then Euros.
World Cup that take 4 years.
I get slipped in. No, taking this back.
Gets the call up from Gareth Southgate. We'll just slip him in down the wing.
I get sucked in to the idea of being like, do you know what? Football's quite good. Football, I get it. I get it a little bit.
This is a man that's not watched any of the Euros so far, and there's only potentially 2 games left.
But I'm like, do you know what? Right, England. It's nice when England win. It's like quite enjoyable. This could be a thing. Oh my gosh. But then the soul-crushing reality hits when every single time England don't win, and everybody is so depressed and incredibly drunk, because I feel like people, what I've noticed as an outsider is that football fans go to said event and they get so incredibly drunk throughout it that it really lets either world celebration or world destruction hang in the balance of the results of this match.
It's
which
brilliant, isn't it?
Is quite terrifying. Like,
that's football, baby.
I have been in situations where I pretty much only would ever go to a football match under the assumption that we're going to win and it's going to be a brilliant night out afterwards. Whereas everybody else is really, watching every single aspect of this game. Also, can I also say as an outsider, why don't we just do penalties from the beginning? Save so much time. This game is boring. Like, I'm actually bored watching. Are you telling me 90 minutes? 90 minutes. Sometimes with extra time for fuck all to happen as well. And then it all comes down to the most exciting thing. If football was just penalties, I'd be at every match. Are you joking? That's so fun.
But if it's just penalties, it's everyone calls it the lottery when it's penalties, because there's it all comes down to much more luck. And I think the penalties are only so gripping because
you've sat there for 90 minutes and you're a bit like, fucking hell, let's
You've
get
had the
this
time
going.
beforehand where you're like, oh shit, I think it's going to be penalty. I think it's going to be penalties. Oh my God, I really don't want it to be penalties, because that really takes out the element of us being just playing better than them, and it's just literally just one kick of the football. Oh God, oh my God, it's penalties. Oh shit, oh my, oh no, oh Cole Palmer, oh he scored. Oh, you cold individual. Oh my God, it's a Kanji up for a kick. Oh, he's got. Oh, we've saved it. Oh my God, could this happen?
Love it when that happens. That's quite, I relate to
but
that.
no, I agree. Penalties are good fun, but only if you're the winning side, because otherwise afterwards you're like, that's fucking shit. Because
so you're going to Germany?
I am.
Oh, is this like a last minute? Because obviously you wouldn't have known this. Did you have this trip planned before the other match?
Pretty much as soon as we beat Switzerland, Chris messaged and said,
You said meet. You said meet Switzerland. Did he say meet?
He said beat.
Did he?
Yeah.
I think you said
got
meat.
meat on the mind, bless him. We beat Switzerland. We beat Switzerland's meat, and then Chris messaged and he was like, "Yeah, I'm getting tickets. Who wants some?"
So how do you do that? How do you get tickets? You just buy them.
You buy them for a silly amount of money.
Right. Okay.
A small mortgage.
How much? How much are we talking for something like this? Because I would have no reference. For reference,
got you tickets. Anyway.
For
Thanks,
reference,
Gareth.
I mean, you can get me tickets. I'll come. For reference, Taylor Swift cost something quite ridiculous, like £250 per ticket for general admission, which is extra. It was VIP general admission, but still extortionate. But what's like a key football game ticket going to cost you?
I think 4 figures for
over £1,000 for a ticket.
not necessarily over.
What kind of ticket?
I don't know. I think it's a decent one. But
what does that mean?
I think
closer to the pitch, basically. The further from the pitch, like you go up.
Oh, okay, I'm with you. Right. Okay.
But I think if you were going to go for a final one, go for a final ticket once both the teams in the final had been announced, because people would have bought final tickets ages ago, but not knowing who's going to be in it. So if you're like if it gets to the time where obviously both the semi-final winners go through to the final, once you know who's going to be in the final, then the prices will skyrocket. So
Right.
You could easily be going for like 3-4.
3-4. Wow.
Maybe.
What? Because they're second hand.
Yeah, just because it's harder to get hold of them,
And
and
because
everybody
realistically,
wants them. Like,
anybody
demand
whose team has made it is going to
Yeah.
really want it.
Exactly, demand is high and
Yeah.
supply is low because there's
Just like these T-shirts, baby. So get them now.
exactly. But yeah, so do you reckon you'll watch it?
I think so. Now I feel like you've convinced me.
And also, all your little girlies will be interested in watching it.
Yeah, everyone kind of gets on
Yeah.
board. Well, I mean, the last one, which was this weekend? Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
really know it was happening. I was out with my mum and my grandma. My friends actually did invite me to go with them, but I was like, who cares? It's just an England match. But if I knew that they were going to win, then I would have gone.
I just realised this comes out on Sunday. The final is on. Is it on Sunday? I think it's on Sunday.
Yeah.
The final's on Sunday.
So who are England?
If you while you're watching this,
Come on, England!
we'll be wanting to watch the match. I don't know when it might be on 5 o'clock. Maybe if it's at 5 o'clock, then this literally comes out. We need to schedule this so it's not coming out in the final of the Euros.
Yeah, we'll
I
do
do
it.
not think that. I don't
The
think.
audience isn't going to cross over that
Do you
much.
really think that our audience will care?
Yes,
No,
big time.
I don't think so.
We might make it slightly earlier.
Come on, England!
That was not fun.
That's a little meme out there if everyone knows that. Up next, HMP Wandsworth. What's going on there?
Wait, I want to
right.
ask one more thing about the football match.
Okay.
And that's so long ago. That's dead. HMP.
What the fuck is...
No,
That's
another
the prison
thing.
officer who was shagging people like last 2
Another
weeks
thing
ago.
came out as well yesterday.
Another thing came out. What?
I don't know, finger or something.
Fingering.
I don't know. Something happened, but we don't have to talk about it. Carry on next. What are you saying?
No,
I swear we spoke about it in last week's episode.
Yeah, we went. Oh, that's mental. Moving on.
Did
what,
we?
What are you saying, Max? Huh? What did you? You're about to say
you
something.
had
then.
another football question.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry. Who are we fighting against?
Who's
Playing
playing?
against? Who are we playing against?
The Netherlands.
In Germany. Why are we in Germany to do that?
The Germans. It's Germany's the home nation of the.
Oh, like they're
Euros.
hosting it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So, are the Netherlands good, or can we fight them?
Two different questions. They are good. Yes. Can we fight them? Not unless you want to get banned.
Could I not fight them?
You definitely couldn't fight them.
I
No.
probably couldn't. Could I?
Couldn't. Shouldn't. Wouldn't.
Yeah. Isn't football hooliganism the stupidest thing in the entire world?
Not if you've got your Stony on.
I think
Stick 'em
anybody
up.
who engages in that is like the most embarrassing person in the world. Like if I knew someone that actually did that, I would openly say to
It
them,
surprises me
you
that
are
you
really...
don't know anybody into football hooliganism.
Well, I used to, and I used to say to them, you are embarrassing. Like, this is
Yeah.
really weird. Like, I used to have friends that would meet up with the other teams before the match and fight each other.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck do you think this is going to... Do you think any of these football players would care if you died?
Do you not do that before, like, drag race finals?
Yeah, I do.
God, I swear to God, if you...
If
the,
Tia Coffey doesn't
Bob
win,
the drag...
Bob the drag queen and Tia Coffey doesn't win, then I'm gonna really
and then
I'm gonna pull your wig
Tia
off.
Coffey fans are there, and then the Bob the drag queen stars are there.
Yeah.
And oh, bloody hell. I'm going to catwalk the shit out of you.
Yes, pretty much. So I guess I can't speak because I'm a hypocrite.
Exactly.
There we go.
What else? Wimbledon. Wimbledon's occurring. That's a thing that's happening. Murray's retired.
Really?
Andros Muzzer's retired, isn't he?
Oh,
Is he retired?
I
I
thought
think
he was
he's-
just injured.
Oh,
no?
sorry, retired from...
And he just injured, and he's not doing this one.
Um,
Do you mean he's retired from this Wimbledon?
uh,
Or do you mean retired career-wise?
I think I heard
he
he's dead.
plans to retire after the Paris Olympics, so I think this is his last Wimbledon, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, big up Andy Murray. If you want to come on the pod and talk about it, world exclusive, we're waiting.
And he's a big fan, so don't you worry, he'll give you a grand slam.
I actually have you ever been to Wimbledon?
No, Arthur went the other day.
I have been years ago. Which Arthur went?
Hill. He went, because apparently he knows, I don't know, a friend got him a ticket somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sat in front of David Dobrik and Corinna Kopf.
Oh my god, how weird.
And he was like, in his head, he was like, I want to start a conversation up somehow, but I don't know how to do it.
I wouldn't know how.
But
But hey,
then, like,
hasn't your whole career ended? What are you doing?
Exactly. He was like, I don't know how I do it. I can't really exactly be like, hey man, love the stuff. What stuff?
Love
Huh?
the videos from like 10
What,
years
the
ago.
allegations? And then apparently his phone dropped, fell down all the stairs, and Arthur just sort of was like, well, that's literally just David Dobrik's phone there.
Oh, I thought you meant Arthur Hill's dropped because
No.
he got his phone stolen
Yeah,
and
he
they've
did.
hacked his TikTok account. That is quite wild.
No, he's not had the best week.
No. So has someone hacked Arthur Hill's TikTok account and is now using it to scam people?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
What's the official statement? Because I mean, we know secretly that it's him scamming people.
No,
but we can't say that on
I
the
blocked
internet.
the account because I'm like, I don't want. I don't know what I've messaged Arthur on TikTok. I don't really message people a lot on TikTok.
Yeah,
but
your
I was
horrible
hey,
messages.
I don't really want you any ghost and ghoulie going through my things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's trying to sort it out.
I feel like scammers like that wouldn't be like, I'm going to expose your messages. They'd more so be like, I'm going to try and get money out of your followers.
But I think they sold. I don't know how his phone got stolen when it was unlocked was the problem.
Oh, devastated.
So he had to change all his bank.
Wait,
all
how
of
did it
his
get
everything.
stolen? Like out of his hand?
Yeah.
Oh no!
What, like
not
one of those
them.
bike people?
No, he was walking home from the station, and like someone approached him, and it was like just asking him loads of questions and asking him about where to get somewhere on maps. And he was like, normally I'll just walk past, but he was quite drunk, so he was like, "Oh, sure, man, I'll show you." Then his mate sort of came round and was like, "So you watched the game then, did you?" And then he was like sort of turning around and all this sort of stuff. And before he knew it, apparently his phone was out of his hand. And then he was like, "Oh, have one of you guys got my phone?" And they were like, "What do you mean, man? You didn't have a phone?"
Oh, I hate
And so
that.
he was like, "Okay."
Oh, this happened to someone that I was with once, and it was so... Because I just turned around to them, I was like, I just saw you take her phone.
Yeah.
And they were like, what you on about? And then it's like, well, what do I do? Because you'll just kill me.
Exactly. Like,
So what can I say?
Especially like, well, not even especially in London, just anywhere. You
Yeah.
don't know what they've got in their pockets.
I do feel a bit, especially in London, though.
Yeah, I
'cause
can't
it's
lie. You're allowed to
knife
say
crime.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, even if you
Yeah, it
were,
could
like,
happen anywhere.
If you, like
happen
Birmingham,
in my
Manchester,
house.
like
In my
It's
at
still-
your house.
still could conceal any form of weapon. Americans just
That is so shit.
yeah.
Imagine how lucky though if like you were a thief and the whole thing that you do is like stealing people's phones to see what you can get out of it,
Yeah.
and then it's someone who has millions of followers.
Exactly.
I mean, sad for Arthur Hill, but I mean,
Yeah.
to that person, entrepreneurship. No, I'm joking.
Hold tight the man, dem Alpha Hill. Good stuff, man. What
Bless
else? Like,
him. That's so sad.
slightly. How do I segue this?
Wait, we didn't speak about Wimbledon.
Oh yeah, Wimbledon's happening.
I went to Wimbledon
Oh, yeah.
years ago when I was like 16 years old, and my sister
Good age.
moved to London.
Yeah.
And gross.
I didn't say great age.
We didn't have tickets to Wimbledon. But
Yeah.
we were in Wimbledon at the time. So I went to a shop, bought like neon wristbands, neon headband, bought a giant inflatable tennis ball.
Cool.
And we wanted to go and like sit on a hill and watch it, because if you go to
Oh,
like
don't do that to
actual
him. He's just
Wimbledon,
lost his phone.
oh bless him. And we went like looking for an area to watch it,
Yeah.
and accidentally stumbled into the press pit for like where the celebrities enter Wimbledon.
How do you get in there?
I have
accidentally?
no idea, because we were literally, I couldn't have been more, I was like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old boy
Yeah.
with neon sweatbands on and a giant inflatable tennis ball
Hell yeah.
with my sister and a friend, and like Anna Wintour, that really famous football guy, is it Freddie Flintoff or something like that? I don't
Yeah,
know.
my favourite footballer. Yeah.
Footballer, Freddie Flintoff.
I
big
don't
time.
know.
Yeah.
Something
Freddie
like that.
Flintoff.
Loves the football.
Freddie Flint,
Smacking those balls in the net.
Loves them.
something like that. Don't remember his name.
Yeah.
And basically we were there for ages, and then some guy came through the fence, saw us, and was like, do you guys want a ticket to the centre court final?
Oh.
Because like my friend's not showing up, and like you guys look like you're mega fans. And we gave it to my sister's friend, because I couldn't go because I was child, and my sister didn't want to leave me alone.
Because I was child.
I was child.
Oh.
But yeah, fun Wimbledon times.
So
Very
you
cute
saw a
story.
Wimbledon ticket was the moral
Pretty
of that
much,
story.
yeah. Yeah.
I haven't actually been to Wimbledon, but I saw a ticket once.
Is that how I fucking sound? Why are you laughing like that's what I sound like? That's rude.
I was in there with famous footballer Freddie Flintoff, and I saw a Wimbledon ticket.
I'm only taking the piss. But speaking of, where is an appropriate place to take a piss?
I'm all for public urination.
Okay.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, but I feel like my original stance was like shower pissing completely okay.
Oh yeah.
100%.
But then you remove the cubicles either side. Is shower pissing now okay? If people can see you, if people see the piss exiting, is that still okay?
Oh no, I wouldn't.
No.
Oh, like I'm in a gym shower, you mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just pissing now. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Okay. Cubicle sides come down, but you can see everyone's feet. Is shower pissing okay?
Yeah, I've done that.
No, you haven't.
But I aim it so
But
it goes directly into the drain and no one will see it.
Okay.
Okay, good shout.
Extra scenario. Cubicles are still there. See everyone's see Pete's feet next to you. You piss on his feet. Is that okay?
I have been in an airport wearing Crocs with no socks on underneath it.
Socks
and
no Crocs.
somebody next to me
Crocs,
at the
no socks.
urinal
Yeah.
has pissed onto the floor and it splashed into my toes through the croc holes.
Nice.
Could you feel that warm piss in your toes?
And I was highly upset and offended, so I'm going to go with no.
Piss out the cock hole into the crock hole.
Yeah,
Not enjoyable.
no.
Okay, so taking, what stance do I go for here? Okay, we're currently in urinal debate. Where if you've got a line of 5 urinals,
Oh, I love this.
where do you go when you initially
I
enter?
always go to the end.
Correct.
Any particular end?
Probably the farthest one from the door.
Okay,
Like the
nice. Yeah,
entrance.
clever. Okay.
I don't know why, but I feel safe
No, that's
there.
smart. That's smart. I like that.
I go next to the person
Are
who's there and I hold their winky and say, do you want me to help?
Are you a person who sees, so say you've got the 5 there, you've got 2 on either end, 1 in the middle. Are you someone who waits or
No.
just joins in the
I
middle?
go in. At that point, I just admit, do you know what, guys? We're all in this together.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at your penis. Please don't look at mine.
Okay.
And then
I feel
I
like,
leave it
my
there.
answer for that depends on,
How many beverages you've had?
yeah, it depends on how drunk I am, but also how, if there's a queue for the toilet. If I'm just the one person I can wait, I feel like, I don't know, would I? I feel like very much is mood dependent. I'd loiter for a bit.
If I'm
and
on
just
a
see
night out,
If I can see someone shaking,
like me,
I'll go help them out. No, I'll wait.
I'm just here.
If I can see someone sort of finishing their business, then I'll loiter for a bit until they go and I'll assume their position. But
No, I will just go straight in there. I don't have wee fright. I know that this is a common thing that quite a lot of people suffer from year
Yeah.
upon year. My boyfriend being one of them.
Yeah.
He can't even wee if I'm in the room with him. Like if I'm just like in a cubicle or something. Like he can't do it if we're in
Oh.
a bathroom at home. I
not even
can't
like
do it.
nightclub.
Exactly, and I kind of like going to the bathroom with someone. Like I'll go to like the bathroom like with Maisie and be like, oh, let's like go in the cubicle together if we're on a night out and it's busy, and then we can just have like cubicle chats, go for a wee each. I was once in a cubicle with a friend who will not be named, and I had a wee, and then we're chatting, and then she sits down to have a wee, and she did a poo.
Oh, you've
And-
told us.
Oh.
No, this is a different story because this is with my friend, and this other person was on a brand trip, and it was someone who we worked
No.
with.
I know. Okay, maybe
No,
you
you don't
haven't
know
said
this
it on
one.
here. You've told me this.
No, I've not. I promise.
No, you
No,
have.
I've not. The same thing happened to me. Someone locked me in and did a poo in front of me.
Ibiza?
This happened to me twice.
Hey,
yeah.
what in the hell has even happened
Twice.
here?
It's happened 2 times.
Tell me
Sorry,
the goddamn
continue,
story. What's
continue,
going on right
continue.
now?
No, just one of my friends. We were on a night out and we went into the cubicle together. Also, sometimes it's like if the girls' toilets always have a huge queue, especially if you're in like a
Yeah.
big club. So
Took me
I'll
ages
just
to get in there.
So I'll just go to my
What's all the fuss about?
So I'll just be like to my friend, like, just come into the boys' toilets with me, and like, just like we'll just go into a cubicle. It's fine. Like, no one ever cares, and there's never anyone in boys' toilets. So we went in. I have a wee. We're like chatting. Then she sits down to have a wee, and she just does a poo.
Ooh.
And she's like, tries to play off that she's not just done a poo, but I'm like, we both know you've just done a poo. And I was like, did you just do a poo? And she was like, yeah, and I'm really upset by it, but can we just pretend I didn't do a poo? I'm like, well, I'm going to leave then, because I don't want to see you wipe your ass. And I also don't want to see you stand up and then see it and then like flush it. I just don't want this in my
Yeah.
life. Yeah, weird question. Shit in the shower, yes or no?
Waffle stomp.
How?
You know what waffle stomp is?
I
How
don't know
big
what it-
is the drain?
Normal drain size.
If I can if I can take the cover off and shit straight down the drain.
Have you never heard of a waffle stomp?
I haven't, and I almost don't. It just sounds really graphic.
Stamp it down the drain as the waffle stomp.
Yeah.
Shitting in the shower, no, not allowed. Okay,
Before I was gonna shit in the shower and stamp it down the drain, I would pick it probably up off the floor and put it in the toilet myself. If I'd humiliated myself to that level, I would rather pick up my own shit and put it in the toilet than try to physically.
So you'd rather
stamp
have
it
shit on
down
your
the
hands than shit on your feet?
I mean, either way, I'm mortified and I'm clearly sick beyond words because I've just shat in the shower. So I guess that my dignity is kind of on the floor already.
What if
you
knew you had a bit of a dicky tum? So you've been shitting like you're bleeding a radiator all day. So you do you just chance it and hope it just gets washed down?
I mean, if I've been like diarrheaing,
would you just go for it in the shower?
Would I just go for it? What, and shit in the shower?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think I could bring myself to shit in the shower. I really don't.
That's the most outrageous comparison ever.
I hate this.
Right, that's that.
You're bleeding a radiator.
Okay, next question. Acceptable places that are to pee that aren't the toilet. So we've covered shower.
In the street.
Where in the street?
In like a corner. If you really need a wee, listen. Here's my thing.
Whoa! Put it away, Max. Audio listeners, he's just showing us where he's weeing from. Here's his thing. Put it away, Max.
Public urination is an arrestable offence.
Yeah,
I think it should not be. And
the
here's why
whole
I
streets
think that.
stink like piss. A lot of places smell like piss anyway.
Okay, that's true. Maybe it's only okay when I do it. I don't think it should be illegal for me to
You're
piss in
not
the street.
afraid of pissing in places you shouldn't, Max.
Oh my god, Callum, we're not telling this story.
Well, you've already told it.
Have I? Okay, we've already told the story. I told this story this weekend, weirdly.
Really?
Yeah.
You told that story quite early on in the podcast. Liz.
Yeah, upsetting. No, I just think that if it's going into a drain and it's not harming anybody and it's a night out where
so
it's
you
like...
piss into a drain just like off the curb?
Yeah.
No, not off the curb, into oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
Someone pissed against my house the other day and we caught them on CCTV.
See, you weren't happy with that.
But I kind of was because it was a hilarious video.
You were
because,
happy with it?
Well, the guy put his trousers to his knees, which is, first
Yeah,
of
that's
all,
weird.
you kind of really wanted to do a bit of a public display here. And there's like a footpath that kind of sort of comes past our house. And as he was pissing, he noticed that people were coming up the footpath. And instead of trying to turn away from them, turned towards them, still pissing, no hands, just straight up. Now it's just not even against our house, it's just onto the floor, looking at the people, of which they turned in fear and walked in the other direction.
I wonder which urinal he'd choose.
Yeah, I
No
don't know.
urinal.
Yeah,
Just
probably no
piss down
urinal.
your back as you...
I have once seen someone leave a shit in a urinal in a pub in central London.
I don't even... I feel like I've seen remnants of this, and I'm like, how do you even do that?
Do you know what really
How?
upsets me? And I just need to have like a bit of a PSA. Like, I'm a man. Like, I have male things going on up in here.
Yeah.
There has never been one point in my entire life where I have been weeing in a public toilet and my pubes have fallen off. Why are we shedding pubes in public spaces? Why
I don't
are our
think it's
pubes at a length where they're able to shed?
I don't feel like it's a choice of people.
I'm sorry, but
I'll just leave my calling sign
some
here.
of them are that long that it seems like a choice. And there's so many of them that seems on purpose. Like, what's going on?
Hey.
I've never lost a pube in public.
Maybe some of us have pube problems.
Well,
Have you
then,
thought of that?
get it together.
It's like publum brum.
I think it's just disgusting, and it needs to stop.
What about pissing in a sink?
I did that all first year of uni, both times that I did
Kitchen.
a first year of uni.
Okay, context. The whole time you were first 2 years of uni.
In my flat,
The whole
time in
the
the
sink, the sink in both of my first year uni flats was at an optimum height and location to where if I needed a wee, I could just go in the sink, and I continuously did it. And I've not done it since.
Did you brush your teeth in that same sink?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's fine because it's not like your teeth.
Nothing-
You're not like touching. The
Nothing
sink
that
with
I
your
would ever
mouth.
do would touch the thing.
What am I talking about, actually? I pissed in the sink all last year.
What?
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, garage sink though. Garage sink is acceptable.
Oh.
Yeah, in George's old flat, you
Yeah.
didn't have a bathroom, and all of the other bathrooms in the house were en suites for your other friends.
Yeah.
So you had to go to the
Oh, the
garage to
housemates.
do a wee in the sink. Oh yeah.
Yeah, housemates.
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 So you had to go to the garage every time you needed a wee to piss in the sink.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
not
the
enjoyable.
mighty.
So
fell.
wait, hold on. I need to go back. Even if like the toilet was available, you would still use a sink.
Yeah. Only if I was by myself.
Why? If the toilet is available,
I don't know. It just felt so much easier. Like I can look at myself and I'm just having a wee. Felt like I could multitask. Also, for a boy, when you wake up and you've got a stonking boner, let's just call it what it is.
Wash it. Just a final wash every now and then. What the hell?
No, it's sometimes hard to do that morning urination, especially when I was like a young feral child. Feral? Feral.
I'm a real feral.
Feral, yes.
Feral? It was like saying virile. Virile?
I don't know what you're trying to say, but let's go
Viral.
with feral. I
Yeah,
think that's
okay.
more
Viral
accurate.
chat. We don't say
Viral.
viral when talking about your cock.
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know why I would do that, but I would do it. Looking back now, I mean, I would not ever wee in my sink now.
Oh,
I
that's
would
nice
be
of you.
like, that's not good.
I would.
But at that point, I mean,
Harmless.
if it was
It's harmless.
necessity, but it was never necessity, I liked it. I mean,
That's the weird part.
Yeah, I feel like it makes no sense to do it when it's not the only option.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree, but I did it.
Anyway,
I am who I am.
To lighten the mood, I've been doing this quite a lot recently.
Oh.
Pissing in sinks. No, I just find it quite funny. Give me a scenario.
Oh.
Give me a demographic of people, and a sort of thing / genre that you like.
Wait, so a demographic of people meaning
Yeah.
what?
So like
Like
age.
a city? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, like
Did I say city?
age, sort of.
Age, location.
Yeah,
Is
just-
that into it gender?
Yeah,
Okay. And a what?
and then just like a thing, just like genre of something like
Genre
I
of
don't know, like Taylor Swift songs or like I don't know,
Okay.
just the football or you know,
Okay.
just random stuff.
65 and up females from Liverpool.
Yeah,
And a genre of thing, a genre of anything.
just something. Yeah, like a hobby or like a
Okay.
or an interest or something.
Okay. Yeah, 65 and up females from Liverpool and professional paintballers.
Okay. This is now going to be a demonstration as to why AI is not going to take over the world.
Okay. What is going on? What's happening?
Hey ChatGPT, I'm literally just about to go on stage. I've stupidly decided to sign up to a comedy night, and I've got no material whatsoever. Apparently the crowd out there is about everyone seems to be 65 and up. I'm in Liverpool, they're all women, and they seem to be really interested in paintball. So if you could come up with like a routine that would be tailored towards some 65-year-old women from Liverpool that are really interested in paintball, that'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to see what happens.
I've made it come up with like 3 or 4 comedy routines, and every single one of them. It does. Right. I'll pause that.
Hold it close to the mouth.
What the hell?
All right, so I'll read.
Try not to cover your face with your phone, by the way.
I'll read what it's because it could have just spoken it back to me. But I'm
Okay.
going to read what it's come up with. So it said, "Got it. That sounds like quite the unique audience. Here's a quick routine idea for you. Good evening, Liverpool. How are you lovely ladies doing tonight? I heard you're all really into paintball. Isn't that a fantastic way to relive the glory days? I mean, who needs a spa day when you can run around, shoot each other with paint, and come home covered in bruises and colourful splatters?
That's great. I mean, okay.
It's like art class meets the Hunger Games. And at our age, it's the perfect excuse to wear camouflage and pretend you're in an action movie. Move over, Arnold. Can't say that name. Here comes the paintball grannies. But seriously, paintball must be the only sport where you spend more time hiding than actually playing. It's like a massive game of hide and seek. I can just. Oh, I haven't actually let it finish what it's coming up with there.
Okay.
Any another another one?
Another one. Okay. Right.
Tell you what, I'll come up with one.
Yeah, you come up with one.
Hi ChatGPT. Oh, that last one really helped me out there. I've stupidly signed up for another comedy night literally mere seconds after the last one, and yet again I have no routine. It seems to be a group of 10 to 20-year-olds, sort of the teen era age, and I think they're all into just classic British humour. They love being from Britain, and I think that would really tickle their funny bones. If you could just come up with a few jokes or routine to do with that, that'd be great. Thanks, ChatGPT.
I'm so eager to see what it comes.
By the way, the fact that I can just talk to it like that and it just understands what I'm saying.
I barely. If you sent me that voice note, I probably wouldn't even understand what you're on about.
Routine that should hit home with the younger crowd who love classic British humor. Hey everyone. Good to see you all here. So we're all proud Brits, right? The land of tea, queuing, and the great British weather. I mean, let's be honest, the weather here has more plot twists than a BBC drama. 1 minute it's sunny, the next it's raining cats and dogs. Sometimes I feel like the weather here is just one big practical joke.
Literally.
It's like, oh, you thought it was summer. Surprise, here's a torrential downpour. And speaking of tea, we Brits have an obsession with it.
Oh, we
Got
do.
a problem? Put the kettle on. Happy? Put the kettle on. Someone just told you the most shocking news ever. Quick, put the kettle on. Tea solves everything.
It does.
It's like our version of duct tape.
Oh,
And
literally.
let's not forget our legendary British politeness. Ever been in a queue and someone tries to cut in? Oh, the horror. We'd rather die than confront them, so we just give them the death stare and
Literally.
whisper under our breath.
So true, bestie.
Excuse me, I believe I was here first. Said no Brit ever.
Ah.
School days. Oh, the memories. Remember the thrill of watching TV at school? That giant ancient TV rolled in on a trolley. You knew it was going to be a good day when that beast showed up. Educational video, they said. Yeah, right? It was basically the teacher's way of saying, I can't be bothered today, here's a VHS.
So true.
So let's give it up for being British, the land of unpredictable weather, tea obsessions, and the art of polite confrontation. Cheers to that. Hope that helps you rock your set.
What the fuck? That is actually so intelligent. Can I do one? Can I do it?
Oh my god, yeah, please.
What app is this, by the way?
This is ChatGPT.
Is that just an app?
You can just speak to it. It's free.
Pass it here right now.
I did one the other day. That one was not funny, but just like relatable. But I did one the other day to do with football for Arthur.
Thank you. Will it know us?
With Arthur, and it was just
Yeah, I'll
awful.
know you.
Will ChatGPT know who we are?
It might do.
You
Yeah.
guys are.
Right, wait. Oh shit, what do I do?
Bottom
then?
right with the headphones. symbol is
Headphones,
you
and then I just
to it.
speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, look. It'll say connecting once it's.
Okay. Hello, Hello, ChatGPT.
Hey there.
Shit.
What's up?
Oh,
Just
stop,
keep speaking.
stop.
Just keep
Okay.
speaking.
Hi, ChatGPT. Can I say?
How is he?
Hi, ChatGPT. Hi, Chat.
You don't have to say hey
I'm
ChatGPT.
panicking.
You
It's
can just
making me
speak
panic.
to it.
Okay. Hi, ChatGPT. I was wondering if you can help me really quickly. So I am about to meet TikTok stars Max Balegde and George Clarke. They've got a podcast called The Useless Hotline, and I've got to ask them some questions about themselves, but I don't know anything about them. Could you please help me come up with a quick, funny, witty interview segment with them? Maybe some questions that I could ask for them, and throw a few jokes in there if you possibly could. Please. Thank you. Now what?
It would just.
Just wait.
Oh my god. What's it gonna say?
I'm so curious now.
It's gonna go.
Here's a quick, funny, and witty interview segment for you. Hey Max, hey George. It's awesome to meet you guys.
Thanks.
Love the Useless Hotline. It's the perfect mix of chaos and comedy.
Ah.
Let's dive right in.
Too
So,
kind.
first off, how did you come up with the name The Useless Hotline?
Oh well.
Did you guys have a brainstorming session, or did it just come to you during one of those late night scrolls through TikTok?
Oh.
Max, George, you both have such great chemistry. What's the secret? Do you ever have those moments where you can't stand each other like a true dysfunctional family?
Oh, we are a
I've gotta
pretty
ask.
dysfunctional family.
What's the most ridiculous piece of advice you've ever given on the podcast?
Oh.
Anything
How did
that
it know
even
about
you
the
thought,
advice?
wow, that's impressively unhelpful. Max, George, you guys are known for your funny TikToks. Have you ever had a video idea that was so bad you had to abandon it halfway through? Or did you just post it anyway and let the world judge? Okay, let's settle a debate. Who's the bigger diva between the two of you? Be honest, we won't judge much. I know you guys get a ton of questions from fans. What's the weirdest or funniest question you've ever been asked?
This is wild.
Any standouts that made you think, I can't believe someone actually asked this?
This is crazy.
And finally, if you could have any guest on the Useless Hotline, dead or alive, who would it be? And what ridiculous advice do you think they'd give?
I like
Thanks for
the
chatting
fact
with
that
me,
it
guys.
came up with the advice
This
thing
is
Yeah.
crazy.
right. But this is kind of showing how AI could take over the world.
It's taken
I
over
want
my
to-
world just now.
Yeah, I want to get it to come up with questions to do with the football because that was just not funny at all.
No, that is crazy.
It is crazy the fact that it knew you gave advice on the podcast.
Yeah, also the tone of voice in which the person speaks is like an actual human being. Like it doesn't, I expect it to sound like Google Translate, you know, when it's just like monotone.
Yeah,
and,
true. It does sound very
But even
realistic.
like when it's like when you ask for a comedy routine, it like went with like comedic timing and said certain things, even like the way, that's mental. Who made ChatGPT? I think I just got possessed.
Right.
That
so
was crazy.
Well, I think it's owned by Microsoft now. I think they bought it.
That is wild.
this is I think
That's
no, I
blown me
don't know.
away.
I don't know if Microsoft doing it. I think they are potentially
Oh,
Siri.
did that not go through?
I think Siri is potentially becoming. Oh, sorry, Siri's now talking to me because Siri's shit. Sorry, Siri.
Well, no, Apple's been working on their own AI, but they're not buying ChatGPT.
Apparently they are. Arthur said. But to be fair, Arthur says anything and just believe what he says. Anyway, so I came up. If you just ask it to come up with some like original jokes, they are shit. Why did the football team go to the bank? Because they wanted to get their quarterback. Why don't football players get hot? Because they have so many fans. What was it? Oh, I want to know the ones that it did the other day were just so shit.
Is that app free, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want it. I'm getting it. That's crazy. That's actually wild that I could ask it interview questions.
Funny
if I'm
enough,
ever
it's
going to
actually
interview
owned
someone.
by Elon Musk and several other
Really?
people.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's scary.
OpenAI is owned by Elon.
This is quite crazy, guys. I mean, if you ask me, that's going to change the world. I mean, it already is, but
It's
wow.
crazy to think that is basically what they wanted
Siri.
Siri to be like.
Yeah.
But it
no
is
chance.
just.
Oh, Microsoft is a major investor.
Oh, okay. Big up Microsoft. Is there anything else on your list, or should we do some dilemmas?
What else have I got on here?
They invested 10 billion into it.
Wow.
Sorry, I know you guys don't.
Should we invest?
You can literally just have a chat with it, and it will. Like,
I plan to after this.
it gives you. I asked for advice for. I'm gonna ask for advice from it.
Oh, like emotion, like real life
yeah,
advice.
like it's genuinely this is when I was like, okay, this is
Should
a
we
bit
get it
crazy.
to give advice to one of our dilemmas?
We could, yeah. Let's
Oh
do
my
that,
god,
yeah.
that's a good idea.
But look, so for example, it's just. Oh, it's connecting. Hi, sorry, what the fuck is it?
It looks like you might have cut off there. Did you want to start a new topic or need some more jokes?
No, nothing about jokes. I've been having a really tough time recently. My housemate that I live with keeps saying that I've got a really big head, and I like to think that I don't. But now a lot of people are saying it as well, and it's really getting to me. I'm thinking about maybe surgically changing the size and shape of my head, because mentally I'm just
I'm really sorry to hear you're feeling this way. It's tough when comments like that start to affect your self-esteem. Remember, people can be insensitive, and their words often say more about them than they do about you.
yeah.
Changing your appearance surgically is a significant decision and not something to take lightly.
Okay.
Have you thought about talking to a professional, like a therapist, to help you work through these feelings? It might provide some support and perspective.
Bless.
That's why I'm speaking to you, because I've got nobody else. I'm stranded on an island 5 miles south of Madagascar, and I've got no way of getting around or back. And my only communication source I've used to spend my 5G on you.
I'm really sorry to hear that. If you're stranded and need help, it's important to reach out to emergency services or a local authority. Is there any way you can use your device to contact them directly? If you're in immediate danger, you should prioritize getting in touch with rescue services.
Oh.
If I am ever stuck anywhere or
Oh, I use that over Google now.
Oh.
If, like on my phone, like I would just whip it out and be like, I first saw Harry from Cyben doing it. Like, if he's got a query, he'll just ask ChatGPT, and it will just come. Because you don't have to type it out or think about it. You can literally just waffle to it, and it'll understand.
Well, I
what
usually
you're saying.
ask Siri, but Siri's quite unreliable and takes ages
Siri
to load.
shit
and
just
like,
says, "Oh, here's a web page."
Yeah. So I for example, the other day I was. I couldn't think of a word. I couldn't think of the word consolation. Like if it's any consolation, I've done this. Like I was late to a recording, and I was like, if it's any consolation, it's because I'm stuck in Birmingham. And I was like, oh, what's that word? So I was literally like, what's the word that, like, if in football you're already going to lose the game, but like they score a goal and it adds something, but you know it's not really in the grand scheme of things going to change anything. And it was like, I think the word you're thinking of is consolation.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That is actually crazy. Oh my god, the world is changing at a rapid speed, and I personally can't keep up.
But it's crazy to me that not a lot of people actually use.
Yeah,
it.
I knew what ChatGPT was. I'd heard of it, but I didn't realize it was that good.
My cousin uses it all the time, and he's always talking about it and always saying how he's asking questions about it. And I'm never really kind of paid it that much attention.
Yeah.
But now seeing it, I'm like, whoa, I
That
get
is
it.
crazy.
Yeah. Like, I feel like if I whipped that out at a family dinner,
Yeah,
it'll go down so much better than the other things I whip out at family dinners.
Oh,
yeah.
Final thing that I've written down, which I think would be interesting. Have you ever wondered have you ever wanted to know what your life statistics would be, like on something? Like, I've always wanted to know, like, what's the longest wee that I've ever had? Or like, what's the weight of the biggest poo I've had? What's the longest sleep I've ever had? Like, it's annoying that we won't be able to track these things. I reckon at some point someday we'll have like a little thing that we can be like, oh, let me check my stats, and it'll be like, because you know, like on the Whoops and shit, they're like, oh, you've had this much rested sleep. But if it was just like, oh, you've eaten 3 billion grains of rice in your life, I'd be like, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's a cool thing to know. I want to know that. It literally is no use to me whatsoever.
I feel like people would hack it though, and then it'd just be a bit boring.
I don't care if people hack their own. I'm going to give a shit about mine.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like, what would you want to know about yourself? If you,
I think I would want to know longest handstand that I held,
yeah, that's good.
fastest I ever ran.
I mean, these are all things that are currently you're able to sort of measure yourself
True.
if you wanted to.
True, I've just not, so I need my chip. I
But
need a chip to tell me I've not measured
What
it.
about like total amount of money ever spent? That's cool.
Oh, that
I
is
don't want to know that.
that is quite scary.
I don't want to know that.
But then you'll be able to also see total amount of money ever earned, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That is cool.
That would, I really want. Like, I wish
Well, I
there was
can
a way
see
that
that now
this was
because it's just all
possible.
in my bank account, bitch.
You spend nothing.
I spend.
But since birth,
Since birth, I've not spent a penny.
what about?
I've grown my own vegetables.
What else would be a cool one? Amount of time submerged.
See, yeah, because I can't hold my breath underwater
Just
at all.
like, how long have I been in water in my life?
Mine's probably like 6-7 seconds. I can't hold my breath underwater at all.
Yeah, but you'd know it. You'd know actually know how much. Or, what would be a good one? Closest.
Closest you've ever been to kissing someone that you shouldn't have.
How many? Because people always say it. How many? I don't know. Pedophiles you walk past on the street in the day and you don't know.
People say
If I had
Dude.
yeah, but
I've
you
never
walk past
heard
people in the
anyone
street,
say
you're like, oh, I have no idea who this person is.
Right,
They could do anything.
Yeah.
If
I
you had a
don't think that
stat-
people use that exact verbiage to describe what
No,
you're
big
saying.
time. I've heard that people say that before. But if you had a stat to be like 345 pedophiles walked past, that would just be cool to know, no?
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't think anybody would be logging if they were.
No, but you wouldn't log it. You wouldn't know.
No, he's saying if it was just automatically
Yeah.
tracked somehow.
You don't. I don't have to. I'm not going to be like, oh, that shit was this. I'll make sure that's logged down in my app. I'm just no. I'm just saying, in a hypothetical world, like
If you could ask any question about
Yeah.
any statistic to do with yourself.
in a Black Mirror-esque world, you could be like, this guy's had 3,000 shits and they've all been the exact same weight.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's interesting. But I
Longest
think I'd
fart,
get scared.
loudest fart.
I think I'd get really scared. I don't want to live in a Black Mirror world.
Cool one.
Oh.
Most calories consumed in a day.
Oh, easy.
Or like least calories consumed in a day. Like
Easily when I was hungover in uni at Newcastle, and I went to Wetherspoons, and I got what is called an Empire State Burger that I think is around like 2,500 calories.
Yeah.
Then got a dessert, and then went on to have 2 more meals that day. That was easily the most
I
calories
reckon
I
that's
consumed.
easily beatable. That's beatable.
Yeah, but not for me. That's my record.
But you don't know that.
I think I do. Or maybe
But, like,
it
nights
could
out
be like a
drinking.
Christmas day.
Because like
sort
nights
of
out
thing.
drinking, you'll be consuming more calories than you know. Via
Probably
drink.
a Christmas day then.
Yeah, like, I think it'd be so cool. Just be like, oh yeah, one day I accidentally consumed 8,045 calories. Like,
That'll be when we were out in Bristol having them VKs. I
Exactly.
feel like I probably
my
had
God,
like
yeah.
7,000
and then the next day
calories
you
that day.
ate nothing, and suddenly it's how have I consumed 300 calories in a day?
Yeah.
That's. I think that'd be cool just to know
Yeah,
stats.
it would. Jeez Louise.
What else would I want to know?
Look at us. We should run ChatGPT. Anyway, on that note, I've actually had an email come through. Bing bong. Bing
Most amount of
bong.
time spent on hold, or like a cumulative time spent on hold.
When I...
Total amount of time sleeping in your life.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
would be-
something I actually wouldn't want to know.
I mean, you could
'Cause it would
probably
feel like
work out an
'cause
average
it's
time of
basically
that, couldn't
No,
you?
but like, imagine the exact time.
yeah. If
Yeah.
you, that's what I mean. You want the exact time, because then you could be like, oh, I've spent this exact amount of time of my life not doing any of life.
And then you could work that out as a percentage of your whole life so far, like how much
it'd
you
be really-
spent sleeping.
Like just before death, in your little like brain computer where these stats pop up, you'd be like, damn,
I spent
I literally
2/3 of my life asleep.
literally just what a
Spent
waste what a
2/3
waste
of
of
my
life,
life.
man. I could have had 3 times the amount of this shit.
That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. Well, here we are.
Do
Are
you
we
reckon
ready?
we could? Oh, do you reckon?
I'm ready.
Sorry, before we do this, do you reckon they'll get to a point where technology will be able to just recharge you like a phone, so you don't need to sleep as much, so you can live more of your life?
I would love that.
I think that'd be
Would you
wild.
want that?
I need to go to sleep. I like
I think
my
your
alone time.
brain needs
But you-
sleep though.
Yeah.
But you need, but only to recharge. So if like the recharging aspect was just there, and you were literally out for like 10 seconds,
And what, no
but-
side effects?
But it no side effects. It just felt like you had the amount of sleep that was a
Oh my
perfect amount of
gosh,
sleep.
yes, I would.
Talking about
I
sleep,
would
that could be
pay ungodly amounts of money for that.
The amount of
I mean-
stuff you better get done.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
capitalism would just eat that shit up, wouldn't it? It'd be like, right, you're working a 23-hour shift today.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone earns more money.
yeah,
More
everyone earns more money,
productivity.
but then it stays the same level. It wouldn't, everyone would just get fucked.
I suppose that's a very good point because it's like
Everyone would just be miserable.
the value of money is relative to how much
Yeah.
everyone has of it. So if everyone's earning more money, the value
Yeah.
diminishes.
And I think at first it would be like, oh my god, we just work for this period, and then everyone can like have fun for the rest of it.
Okay, but
and
then
then
think about it like
capitalism would come
this.
around and they'd be like, nope, shops are now open 24 hours a day.
That's why you need to vote green.
Yeah.
But then think about it like this: if you're on holiday,
Mm-hmm.
you could just spend 24 hours straight, like chilling, having fun. You wouldn't need to sleep. You go out all night, get home, eat, and then just carry on with the next day.
I know, but I think that it would lose its, like the same way that the morning, I mean, I'm sure that at one point in my life I was happy to wake up in the morning. That's worn off. So I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it when it gets to the end of a day. Also, when I was single
You'd
and I
still
would
get
be,
to the end of the day.
It would just, you
Yeah.
just carry on.
I feel like the cycle of the day and like needing to sleep is an important aspect of keeping human beings accountable for their actions, because I know for a fact that when I was single and I'd go on a night out and then I'd shag someone afterwards and I'd get home and it would start to be light and I'd be like, I've not been asleep yet, I'd feel really bad about myself. And I think that
You
I
can
needed
still feel
that
bad
to
about
move.
yourself, but just have less time spent on sleeping. Like you'd have more time awake thinking about it as opposed
And you
to
probably
sleeping.
feel bad because you know you've then got to sleep for 8 hours and you're going to wake up later in the day. But if you don't have to go to sleep, then you won't feel bad.
But I think I needed to feel bad. That's the point. I needed punishment to
But
get my act together.
your punishment will just be, instead of the time that you'd be sleeping, that time you just got to think about it.
But then imagine how bad a hangover would be. Because you'd just be hungover for hours. You'd just be walking about your day, hungover.
for so
Imagine how
long.
upsetting sickness would be. Like you get a cold, oh, you're literally sick all through what would be the night time, just feeling
but the
ill.
sleep is the recharge point. So you'd have all of the benefits of sleep in that 10 seconds.
Yeah,
and you
but-
you could choose to do it and not do it, right?
Yeah, big time.
Like a pill, essentially.
Oh,
So if you actually wanted to
stupid.
sleep for 12 hours, you could just not take it.
Oh, I feel like I'm on mushrooms right now.
Anyway, did you get an email by any
I
chance?
did get an email. Cool concept. Terrifying. I feel like it would somehow end the world.
Oh, you're welcome, Black Mirror, for that one.
Yeah, you're welcome, baby. Hi, Max and George.
Hi.
For context, I'm 22 and a professional photographer and videographer working
Cool.
with high-profile brands, influencers, and professional athletes. My best friend recently came to me with an idea that she had.
Okay.
She is very reluctant to get a full-time job, so she came up with the idea to start an OnlyFans and sell air fresheners
Amen.
and calendars with photos of her half-naked self
Air
on.
fresheners is what's the scent?
I think we all know what
I
the
thought
scent
I
is.
thought that was good. I genuinely thought that was like air fresheners and hand soaps that smell like her.
No. She then proceeded to ask me to be the one to take photos of her. I'm one of those people who find it very hard to say no, so I've now been dragged into this situation and I really don't want to do it. I still want to support her, but how do I let her down? Would I...
Just say she looks shit and she's going to earn no money.
I
And then
mean,
she'll stop. You don't have to say that you're not going to do photos anymore.
if one of your friends, like, truly was like, you have the contact, like, you have the equipment,
Yeah.
can you please, like, just take
You've got the
pictures of-
equipment for an OnlyFans. Why the hell are you not?
Can
Why
you-
are you not using it?
No, can you please just take some pictures and videos of me naked touching myself? Would you feel like you would be okay to say no?
Yeah, I'll be like, no, mate, I'm not doing that. Like, I can help you try and find someone, but I'm not
Yeah.
like taking pics and vids of you
But what?
touching your cocky. That's
But-
kind of crazy stuff.
But we're
Crazy
coming
talk.
from a position where we wouldn't need to do it financially. Whereas,
Yeah.
like, if we had a more creative job where, like, jobs are few and far between, and this one arose, and it probably would be quite good, solid work for you.
Arose, good,
I-
solid work, nice.
And you kind of just had to kind of fight through the awkwardness of it. Would you do that? Do you
I'd
think?
say yes if you let me have a go.
Have a go. So
Just
Arthur
help- just
TV. So Arthur TV is asking you to get naked pictures of him, and you're saying yeah, as long as I can have a go on you.
I'll go, yeah, but only if I can sort of help you out.
Be the fluffer.
Put a bit of elbow grease in there.
Isn't it crazy that some people's jobs on like sexual scene sites are fluffers, where they have to like?
I don't even know what sexual site is.
Me neither. Anyway, advice
Only fluffs, brother.
I would give
Just
is,
open up to them. They've been opening up to you. Why don't you just, if you just say, look, brother, slash sister of mine, I can't be doing this anymore. I'm starting to see you as only this naked thing that's part of my job. And I don't want to see you like that. You're my friend. I'll help you find someone and I'll fill in the gaps while we wait. But when once we found the person, let's just go back to us being best of friends.
Being
So if they'll be
besties.
paying you, so they'll be happy to pay someone else. Surely.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes mixing business and pleasure doesn't need to happen. And
That's all business, though, isn't it?
yeah, but
the
like
pleasure
business
part is
and
their
pleasure
friends.
is the friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's okay to say that you don't want to record your friend wanking themselves off.
It's okay to say you don't want to do something at any point in life, no matter
Oh.
if it's wanking your friend off or not.
Indeed. Beautiful insight there. I think you've actually got an email.
Do I?
I think so. Or is it? Oh, the phone is ringing. I'm wrong.
Oh my god, my ears were literally just not even working for some reason. What's all that? Oh. You've got the useless hotline.
Hi.
Hi, Maxine and Georgina. I have a cold, that's why I sound like I'm dying. But I need your help. It's coming up to a year since I've had my traumatizing dream about Max. In the dream, he was making a TikTok, just smiling, like really bright, just smiling.
Oh, that's traumatizing as shit.
And then he slowly moved the camera to his anus. It was very wide and
Like-
deep, like as if you're looking at someone's nostrils from underneath them. I could also see his balls just hanging down, and his face was still in the background, smiling.
I've seen this video.
So it's almost been a year, and I am still very traumatized. And whenever Max smiles, I think of that. Love the pod. I listen to it every night to sleep. P.S. Max, you're really sexy. Don't talk bad about yourself all the time. Stop.
Sorry, I want to smile about that last bit, but I don't want you to think of my apparently wide open anus. Wow. That's truly is something there.
What about how many likes on this episode for you to post that TikTok?
I mean, I did it on my Snapchat story once by accident. So if you saw that, well done. You're an OG. Wow. Yeah.
It's in the drafts ready to go anyway. Why not post it?
What do we say to that? I mean,
I say it's very easy to
imagine that. You're only human.
And see an arse when he spouts so much shit.
Yeah.
Booyah! But just stop smiling.
If
that's
I, for whatever reason, got myself into a position where, like, every time that I saw you or something, I couldn't help but imagine something like that. Like, if I'd seen that, I had a dream about it or whatever, I think it would start to make me feel quite uncomfortable. So I kind of get where she's coming from.
I mean, I don't know how you do therapy. If it's a severe problem, therapy, or just stop watching Max.
Yeah. Just don't watch. Every time that I come on the screen, just block the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I'll just try not to smile so that you don't think of my anus.
That'd be ideal.
Yeah.
Maybe if you...
I could do that mouth tape thing that people do to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is mouth? Is that...
It's to...
Is there a hole for your mouth bit to go through?
No, the idea is that mouth breathers...
It seems like a recipe for choking.
Well, apparently breathing through your mouth, if you're a mouth breather, breathing through your mouth is it takes up more energy for your body to do. So
Right.
if you breathe through your nose by sealing your mouth, you're supposed to have a better and more fruitful night's sleep because your body was able to recharge better and allocate energy to other things.
Or is it just cringe being a mouth breather? Like
It is also cringe. Do you know who's a mouth breather? And she's gonna be really annoyed because now I'm pointing it
Palmer.
out. Maisie.
No.
Big time. And you're going to notice it now. Every where that she walks. And I've only noticed since she's in my house all the time. Because when she first started working with me, I was like, why are you breathing so heavily? Like, next to me, like, I shouldn't be able to hear you breathing all the time. And then I realized it's because she's mouth breathing. A lot of people are mouth breathers. They just hide it well. Are you a mouth breather?
No, not a mouth. You can tell if someone's a mouth breather.
I'm firmly nostril. Like, I don't think I ever opt to, like, unless I'm gasping. Then I was a mouth breather.
Yeah, you can't really gasp without being a mouth breather.
True. And I definitely sleep with my mouth closed as well, I feel. Unless I'm on public
so hard
transport.
to pry that bitch open.
Oh. Yeah. If you know any mouth breathers out there, then just spare a thought for them. Right, it's come to the end. Can I say something emotional, by the way? Can I be vulnerable on the pod before we finish?
Gape all you like.
Gape all I like. Oh my god, that's so awful. I am getting to a point where the comments and the podcasts are just really nasty towards me all the time.
This. I was going to say
all the time. And I just think, well, what do I do? Like, if everybody hates me, why am I even doing this?
No, you don't change. It's just the ones being vocal. They're literal assholes.
But I just feel like what does Max do? Like, I get it. Some days, especially like the last few episodes, I've not been like well, so I've not been my normal like self. But then when people just like pile on, basically saying that they hate me. And it's like, well, why are we watching this podcast if you hate the person on it? But then it just makes me come into it with more of a negative headspace. And I'm just like, well, what's the point of me even doing this?
Well, enough, actually, comments.
This isn't me trying to get, like, you to say that.
No,
or,
I know it's not.
Or to even bring attention. I just wanted to have, like, an open...
I genuinely don't know what it is. I don't know what the...
I mean, there's definitely some points where you, like, for example, in the Grace episode, where, like, we were over here, your kind of thing is doing, like, dad jokes and, like, puns and stuff like that. And I guess because I hear it so often, I might just be like, shut up, or whatever. But I'm not meaning it in a way of... George, kill yourself. Like, that was so, like, oh my god, I hate you.
Exactly. I think people read into things like way too much. Like, I mean, there was a time where people, like, when sort of me, Arthur and stuff were getting close, that people were like, "Whoa, why is it?" Like, it would change on a video to video basis. Like, why are they bullying this person? Why are they bullying this person? God, they're so mean on Arthur. Why are they saying this? But and it's like, we're just mates. Like, if we weren't mates, like, we wouldn't be just happy just accepting that. Like we know it's not like deep. It's not a joke. It's a joke. We know it's not like a problem at all. So
It's just infuriating to be like, well, like I will go to the comments to be like, oh, what do people want to see more of? What's this? And then when it's literally like Max is like the worst person in the entire planet, and I'm like, right, well,
I think it's just a very vocal, like 2 or 3 accounts.
I know that it is, but equally, I still just feel like, well, what is even the point in me doing this? Like, which sounds ridiculous because like we started this together, but then I'm just like, well, what is literally like?
I don't think like that. I mean, people like in the comments of Chris's videos or the Simon videos or like the fellas stuff. The fellas ones are the worst for the comments.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like, they'll literally be like, why does anyone find this guy funny? Like, what the hell even is this guy?
But I think because I can't relate to the mentality of sitting down for like an hour and a half and watching something and then commenting all the things that I hated about it. I only ever watch things if I actually enjoy them and if I really like enjoy all aspects of it, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I think it's when
it's weird.
I don't want to turn it, because I hate it when people are like, oh, if they hate you, they're just jealous. But I think it comes from a place of being like, a lot of people see in this scenario, I know in other scenarios when people say like, oh, they hate me because they ain't me, and it's like, oh, fuck off, you weirdo. But like in a scenario like this where there's literally nothing that's you're doing that's wrong, it's literally your own platform, and if people are like, oh, this person's this person, it's literally just like they're just would want to be in the same position as you, because a lot of people want to have their own podcast that gets views, want to do TikTok or YouTube or like do the things that you do, and they'll be looking at you like, why the fuck's he doing that and I'm not? Well, because he's fucking worked for it and it makes sense for you. Like, it's
coming from a place of like, oh, I could do it better, so why is it him?
Yeah, I guess so. It's just I'd say like the last 2 or 3 episodes, I've come into it like not feeling like happy, like to film the podcast, which is not like I've not felt like that prior. So I think I just need to grow up a little bit. Maybe I need to go to therapy.
It's not a sense.
Maybe I need to use BetterHelp with code TUH.
No, it's not a sense of you needing to grow up. I think it's just, I mean, it comes in like I'm very much a comment reader, and when I'm in a video, I know Arthur's the same word, because we sort of cameo in every other video these days. But one video I'll be like, oh damn, they fucking loved us in that, like, and it really affects your mood. And then the next one is like, oh, there's not any comments, and the ones that I am seeing, it's like, who even is this guy? It's like, it just takes, I don't know, it's a bit weird.
It's weird, but yeah, I
guarantee
vocalize
those people that
things.
say that are the ones that would have seen like me and sort of a Simon or like a fellas thing, and maybe don't necessarily know.
Yeah,
like
that makes sense.
Because we've got to remember it's on a, like, the TikTok comments I don't feel like will be the same. I mean, I'm not, but like whatever platform we're on, we're drawing from each other's audience as well as this one that we've built. So every now and then you'll have people who don't like me, who will be
like me.
Exactly, who will see it and be like, oh, this guy's, why am I seeing this guy again? Or like similarly, people like, because no one's gonna like, not everyone's gonna like you, even though there's no reason to.
Yeah, I get it. I just feel like when there is like a thing like this where like I listen to podcasts that duos host as well, and like there might be certain points where I like the other one more, but I wouldn't. Then I don't know. It's just a weird mentality to me that, and I like to speak about these things because I feel like people often think that either we don't see stuff like that or that we're just invincible to it, or like, I mean, when I've spoke out about stuff like this before, about people being horrible to other people, people are like, oh, well, they have loads of followers, they're rich, they can do whatever. It's like, not a single one of us doing this are rich enough to where we can just like, oh, bye, nothing matters, oh my god, see ya. Like, but it's interesting that is kind of people's mentality. But so I always like to bring attention to it when I find that I feel it like impacting my actual daily life, if you get what I mean.
Because it's also because we're so new in the space.
Mm.
Like I know sort of all of the like Chris and Frozy and all those sort of guys.
Bit weathered.
They've sort of built up a
thick skin.
Yeah, like I mean, the Sidemen comments.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
To the Sidemen, not even to like the guests they have on, are so savage. Like, oh,
clearly Ethan's had a shit day. Oh, Simon bringing the mood down again.
So wild.
Literally, like, these guys are putting a video up like
they
every like
invest.
other day for you guys, and been doing it for years. So like, but yeah, as I say, like it just comes from the more people just get used to it, which is weird to say that you get used to it, but
it's
like,
just weird.
yeah, the comments will be there,
Yeah.
but even if those wankers for some reason decide to stay and be like,
Why the hell is he still here?
well, because it's our podcast, yeah, you stupid dumb bitches. So just get over it.
Indeed.
Everyone
Get
else
over
enjoys it, so quit shouting from your little piss hole and get over it. Huh? How about that?
That I couldn't have said it better myself, George. I really couldn't. Well, thank you very much. And is there anything else, or is this the end? If you enjoyed this episode, then please let us know in the comments. And if you hated me, then please make sure that you write it in all capitals in every comment that you can. Thank you so much. What can they do, George, if they want to do anything else?
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to, if you're watching, like it, subscribe, ring on notification bell so you're notified every time we upload. We are about 10,000 subscribers away from 100k. So if we could, if you are a returning viewer and you do enjoy, make sure you subscribe. We'll push to that, and then we'll have a big old subscriber plaque and shit. If you were listening and you enjoyed, make sure to give us a 5-star rating, download us so you can listen to us on the go. And
If you would like to send in a dilemma, please do so via the useless hotline gmail.com. The useless hotline podcast. The useless hotline podcast at gmail.com. And if you would also like to follow us on our socials, we are the Useless Hotline Pod.
we are the Useless Hotline Pod. You've even been the Useless Hotline Pod. We'll see you next week.
Good night.